Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the Coach Shinnick Show. I'm Will Kennedy. Coach Pete Shinnick from the University of West Florida is joining us. Normally, this would be the part of the show, so we'll just get everybody accustomed to this, where we'd be talking about last week's game. There was no game last week, unfortunately. Sure. University of Fort Lauderdale backed out late in the week, so you guys had an impromptu bye week. That's not how you had it drawn up.
Yeah, not what we had planned. And really, it's one thing to plan for a bye week. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to look forward to things, do things. It's another thing to be told, Thursday about 5 o'clock that you have a bye week. That was out of our thought process. We weren't even in that mindset. We were two periods in, 2 team periods into our practice, trying to get ready to play the game on Saturday, and we got the news.
So you have to call an audible in classic fashion. How does that look? I mean, what kind of was the plan from there?
Well, it was really to let the guys know, and obviously they were disappointed hearing the news, and then it was like, all right, on to Delta State is really what it was. And so came back on Friday, got some film introduction of Delta State, and was able to go out and practice a little bit just to get them moving around. We then came back in Saturday morning, watched a little more film, got a good stretch in, kind of a warm-up to then send our guys off for the rest of the day. But had not even thought of that, was not even a consideration. So just trying to find the best way to keep our guys' minds fresh, and then also keep their bodies fresh, and then give them some information and give them a little bit of a breakdown of who Delta State is, what they like to do, so that we could be further ahead come the start of the week.
We'll always look for silver linings. I know you like to do that as well. I guess from one standpoint, does this help a little bit, especially with some guys who are a little banged up from the first 3 games?
Yeah, I think for the guys that were banged up, or the guys that, we had played 2 physical games, obviously, in our 2 away trip games. Anytime you got to travel, play physical teams, we'll play anybody at home and feel good about it like we did Southwest Baptist. But so to have that Commerce game, the long trip afterwards, this did end up playing out to be okay for certain guys. I think, you got to weigh that with, we thought we could gain a lot of experience. We thought we could play a lot of people. And obviously you like keeping that continuity and keeping that groove that we had developed, throughout the season. So this will be really on our guys to make up for that this week, get themselves to where they need to be so that we can go start the Gulf South Conference play, with great energy, great excitement, and continue to play the way we've been playing.
For those out there, rhythm's such a huge part of football, isn't it? To kind of have this rhythm week in and week out to the way you do things and the way the schedule lines up. So disrupting that at all, how much of a concern is that?
Yeah, I think we'll find out. And I think that's all part of what is going to be figured out over the course of, the start of the game. But I'll say this, we took how many ever days off before we played McNeese. Was there a game rhythm at all? I think we played that game pretty well. I think we did a pretty good job of, finding our rhythm there. We got a senior, team. We got an older team that really, I think, can figure this out. Get a couple of hits in, get a couple of catches in, get a couple of good runs in. I feel like we'll be able to find that rhythm pretty quickly.
What does Coach Shinnick do with, outside of what you did on Saturday with the team, not having a game?
Yeah, spent some time with family and did some yard work. So, I've been able to stay out of the yard and not have to do much. So that's really how the weekend went, and watched a lot of film of Delta, probably way more than I ever would have. So feel really good about our prep for them.
Yeah, the built-in excuse is gone, just like that.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. We'll have you come back and talk about Delta State and kind of break down. We'll get ready for the first Gulf South Conference game coming up here. But coming up next on the show, spending a little time with 2 of your linebackers, 2 transfers in here and kind of their impact on the program. That's coming your way next on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
What does Argo Spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Hello, I'm Zach Pullman. I'm a graduate assistant here at the University of West Florida, and I work in athletic communications. When I found out that I received the Bright Future Scholarship, I knew this would take a burden off of my family and kind of help me through college. Given the opportunity to pay for my complete undergraduate degree, I did not have to worry about student debt, so I was able to continue my journey of education. Just want to thank the Florida Lottery for not only helping me through my college journey, but countless others in the state of Florida and all they do to help education within the state.
Look at that. That's called a takes two hands burger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese, hand-chopped veggies, and everything else you could possibly ask for. Yep, that's your Whataburger, made exactly the way you want it. Because sometimes, you gotta take matters into your own hands. What a burger, just like you like it.
Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show. It's a treat for me here. We've got some linebackers with me, Shea Campbell, Stephon Williams, two new guys to the program, guys that transferred in. So wanted to spend a little time with you guys to kind of get your impressions a couple games into your time here at the University of West Florida. First, Shea, tell everybody, where you were playing previously and kind of how you got here.
So I was playing at West Virginia University. They canceled my pro day when I was training. Someone told me I could play D2, so I found myself in Florida. So.
There you are.
I love it. I wouldn't trade it. I love the decisions I made, and I love being here. So
West Virginia guy, I just have to ask, do they really burn couches up there?
Oh yeah,
it's a real thing.
Dumpsters, couches, anything they get their hands on. Yeah.
And Stephon, you're coming in here familiar with the Argos a little bit. You played at that other place, Valdosta State. How'd you end up down here?
Well, I had a long history with Coach Shinnick. After I left my first school, then I ended up choosing Valdosta State, but. Once I ended up graduating, I felt like I wanted to come back home to my home state of Florida and finish my last year here with Coach Shinnick.
So for both of you guys, stepping right into a program that's come off winning a national championship, and what's that like for you, and kind of is there a little bit of expectation and pressure with that?
Oh, 100%. For me, I was excited. That was something that took a huge part in me deciding to come here. But I think coming in, it's like, okay, we just won. All right, now what can I do in my role to help this team get to another one and win again? So I think that was something that I still think about and still hold myself to that standard.
What about for you, Stephon? Coming in here and kind of jumping into something that's already clicking.
Well, I'm kind of familiar with that coming from Valdosta State, coming off an undefeated national championship season. So kind of know what to expect. You're gonna get your best from every team you play. So you got to come in with the right mindset and ready to take everybody's best shot.
What surprised you about the level of talent here, especially on this defense, but also on the other side of the ball too?
Oh yeah, the talent is of the best. So and also caught my eye too because I want to play the best football I can, and I still want to compete, coming from a higher level, and I feel this program can offer me that, and especially this conference too. We play a lot of good players, and we played a D1 team. We played another team that had just got invited to a D1 conference. So we're playing good talent, and I still think that it challenges me to play my best ball, and it's just nice. It's exciting to still play the game at the level I can.
What about you? What do you do to help number 2 understand what he's about to get into with the GSC? Because you've seen it.
Well, yeah. He got his first little look at it this week on film. But I think he understands just from going against our offense every day and practicing, you can't get no better talent than that. They're second to none, probably the best in the country if you ask me. So I think we got the best taste of it every day. So I think we're ready for anybody that we play.
Watching you guys kind of play, and a couple 3 games in, and you had obviously fall camp to work. As linebackers, it's got to be some trust and develop it pretty quickly. And then not having played together for very long, what's that process been like? Because you guys look like you've been playing together for a long time.
I do trust him, and I always tell him, like, hey, just go play. Like, I'll make you right if you're wrong, and, I know where you're at. Like, I know you're out on the field, and it comes from, us both having years of experience and being in different schemes and just playing the game. You're out there, and it's, we play two guys in the box at linebacker, so it's, hey, like, whatever you do is going to affect me. So, we're out there, and we trust each other, and, we both play hard, and we both want to make plays. So it's, you help me, I help you. And we both understand that, very well, and we like winning. So we're going to do whatever we can.
Is there a little bit of competition with it, too? Like, hey, he got a tackle, now I got to go get one?
I don't think it's no competition. I think we all want to see each other shine. So I feel like whenever he makes a play, it makes me want to make a play that much more just because I get that feeling, oh, my boy's out here doing this thing. I can't leave him hanging.
You guys, where you guys play, you mentioned in the box at that linebacker position, you got to rely on the big boys in front of you a little bit. And that's a talented group with a lot of depth, and they've really done a nice job this year kind of keeping you guys clean.
Yeah, they have. They've come a long way. We, battled some injuries in camp, but I think we got, we're full force now, and they do a great job disrupting the line of scrimmage and segmenting plays and making open lanes for us so we can just go do our thing and, make tackles. That's what we're here for. So I think they do a great job, understanding where they need to be. And, we do help them line up too. We help them, know what they got to do. And I'll tell them what's coming. Hey, watch this guy pulling here. Watch the down block. So when they get a little help, they can shine too. Because, we've had some guys that are disruptive and, they're going to make plays too.
How did the West Virginia boy handle McNeese in that heat? Because that was some real stuff.
Oh, yeah. We talk about it every day down here in Pensacola. Is different for him because he's sweating all day in warm-ups. So that heat did it to both of us, I'm not going to lie, mainly the whole team. So that was something that we definitely didn't experience, and I think that got us ready for the rest of the games this season.
You told it it's probably not going to snow here, so to get that out of your mind. Let me ask both of you, favorite linebacker of all time?
Ooh, I like Derek Brooks a lot. Brian Urlacher is probably my personal favorite. I'm a big Brian Urlacher guy.
Two really good ones, especially with DB being a local guy. How about you?
If I'm going to go just with my favorite college team, I'll go with Ray Lewis.
Yeah, you got a little Ray Lewis. Does he have a little Ray Lewis going on?
A little bit. Ray Lewis is a little more out there, but,
well,
getting there.
Can he dance like a Ray? We don't know. Maybe we'll find out if we keep on winning. Thanks to both of you for spending a little time with us. Looking forward to watching you guys get it on at Delta State this week. Coming up next year on the program, Maya Clark checks in to update us on the other fall sports here at the University of West Florida on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
What does Argo Spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/about us.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
It was another busy week for UWF athletics. Volleyball had their annual blackout and defeated Auburn Montgomery on Friday night, and then Saturday defeated the University of West Georgia. On Tuesday, they traveled to Spring Hill and defeated the Badgers. Baricia Yon won GSC Offensive Player of the Week for the second consecutive week, and Alex Oliver won Freshman of the Week. Here's Melissa Walter to recap the weekend.
You know, I feel like we've always wanted this place to be a place where we were defending our home court, and I think our fans have done a fantastic job of helping us defend the court. We feel a lot of pride when we step in this gym, obviously. I think we just got to take it one practice and one match at a time. We're not looking ahead, we're not looking behind. We're trying to do a really good job of just really making sure we're addressing the things that need to be addressed and getting better every day in the gym. So yeah, these are tough weeks when you're playing 3 matches, but we're excited to be playing in general.
On Friday, women's cross country got first place at the Argonaut Invitational. Alyssa Greenberg won the meet, and the Argonauts took home the first 8 spots. Cross country will have the weekend off before traveling to Alabama Huntsville October 9th. The diving team traveled to Moultrie, Georgia to dive against Birmingham Southern and Emory. The diving team finished first on both days of competition, and Kelsey DeJesus and Daniela Reyes finished first and second. Women's soccer traveled to Georgia to open up conference play. Friday night against Valdosta State University, it ended in a draw, and Sunday against West Georgia, the Argonauts fell 1-0 against the Wolves. Men's soccer defeated Pensacola Christian on Tuesday night. Here's Coach Elliott.
It was a little bit of a slow start maybe by us, you could say, but we've had a long layoff, a lot of rainouts, and the guys were excited to get back on the field tonight, and so I think it was important for us preparing for the conference games this weekend to get out there and play. Well, I think conference play is always tough. It's always a battle. We battled through our first couple of weekends against some tough opponents, but that's been over 3 weeks now, I think. So we need to get in there and get up to the speed of play that I'm sure our opponents are already at.
This weekend, both men and women's soccer will be back in action at the UWF Soccer Complex against the Union on Friday night and Christian Brothers on Sunday afternoon. For all the latest updates and information on UWF athletics, visit GoArgos.com or follow GoArgos on Instagram and Twitter. We'll chat with volleyball's Ashton Marshall in just a minute.
What does Argo spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
Look at that. That's called a takes 2 hands burger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese, hand-chopped veggies, and everything else you could possibly ask for. Yep, that's your Whataburger, made exactly the way you want it. Because sometimes, you gotta take matters into your own hands. What a burger, just like you like it.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people.
With a common purpose,
a shared vision,
and a unified goal. What will you change?
What will change you? The University of West Florida. No limits.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's curve. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Welcome back to the Coach Shinnick Show. We're here with Ashton from volleyball. Ashton, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you recently got 1,000 career digs. How did that feel to get that here with this program and this team?
It was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. My parents actually traveled to South Carolina, so they got to experience that with me because, I mean, without them, wouldn't be here. Same thing like with my teammates. That doesn't happen without them or the coaches. It's just really awesome.
So tell us about your journey. You went to Santa Fe first, and then you took a year off and then came here. So tell us about your journey and how you ended up here.
Yeah, so I spent a year at Santa Fe, which is in my hometown, Gainesville. Took a year off, kind of gave up and lost the love for the sport. And then out of nowhere, Coach Walter called me, and I finally found like my joy and my love for the sport again. And just 23 years old here, still kicking.
So the culture that Coach Walter has built here, how did it make you fall back in love with the sport?
You just have athletes here that want to win, that put in the work, and having teammates like that just makes you want to push yourself even more. And having a program that's as winning as it is, like that's my favorite part. I hate losing, love to win, so that just made me fall back in love with the sport.
So speaking of winning, since you have been here, you guys have won a conference championship every season, and this season you guys started off and you're 14-1. So how does it feel to kind of get this momentum going early and see where everyone's at?
It's awesome. It's great to have a really good start. I think it's the best start that I have personally had since I've been here. But the start isn't what matters, it's how we finish, and we want that national championship. So we just got to continue to learn about each other, play together, and figure out what it's going to take to win the national championship.
So how do you as a leader on this team kind of get the team going each and every practice and just kind of keep pushing them and pushing yourself?
A lot of people think I'm intimidating, but I actually like throw some jokes out there. Like Alex Oliver is a huge Alabama fan, so like in the middle of games I'll be like, I need some Roll Tide energy. Like just joking around with them, not taking it so serious is what our team needs, so just having a little bit of fun every now and then.
And as the season continues, what are you most looking forward to with this team?
Winning a national championship. I mean, we have one job, and that's to win those. And we want to host regionals. We want to go undefeated in conference. I just think that we need to take a bigger step than just winning conference. We want to win those regionals games and going to the crossover, going 4-0, that's our goal.
Well, Ashton, thank you so much, and good
Thank
luck
you.
this season. We'll be right back with the Coach Shinnick Show in just a minute.
Hello, I'm Zach Pullman. I'm a graduate assistant here at the University of West Florida, and I work in athletic communications. When I found out that I received the Bright Future Scholarship, I knew this would take a burden off of my family and kind of help me through college. Given the opportunity to pay for my complete undergraduate degree, I did not have to worry about student debt, so I was able to continue my journey of education. Just want to thank the Florida Lottery for not only helping me through my college journey, but countless others in the state of Florida and all they do to help education within the state.
What does Argo spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
For those who measure success by the worn tread on their tires, and those who strengthen their body and mind and drift through their weekends over nature's current. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
Welcome back into the Coach Shinnick Show. It is time to break down our next opponent. As Coach touched on in the first segment, you've had a lot of time to watch a lot of film on Delta State. This is an opponent that we know well. Last time in 2019 they were here, and you guys kind of had your way with them. What's different about the Statesmen this season?
Well, I felt you go back to 2019, and we really probably played. That was the beginning of us playing great football. We played as well as we had played up till that time, and I felt like they didn't play very well. They had the ball in our red zone, I think 4 times, went for it 4 times, and didn't get any of them. So tribute to our defense, how they played. I think very similar type of Delta State team. They got a very athletic quarterback. They like to get the ball on the edges, and their running game has always been sound. Defensively, they crowd the box. They do a lot with their linebackers and D-line, 3-3 front. Always seems like there's a ton of people around the ball. Very stingy in the run game. I think it's a great test for us. We're going to have to be extremely disciplined. And they're probably one of the top coverage teams as well in the secondary. Play a lot of man coverage, so it's going to come down to those matchups. I see a very similar disciplined team. They're 2-2 right now. And they're 2 plays away from being 4-0, probably ranked 15th in the country.
Yeah, they lost a tough one to West Georgia a couple weeks ago, 1 point at the end of the game. And then had the chance to play Jackson State and have a little prime time with Dion. What did you see in that game?
Well, it took Dion, team right to the end. Really, if their quarterback could have put a little more air on the ball, and that last play, they're tying it up. They're going to overtime. So taking an FCS program to overtime, we know how difficult that is. We played McNeese very tight. So a lot of credit to them. Again, I think they're 2 plays away from being 4-0. If they were 4-0, they'd probably be top 15 in the country. They're going to come in with that mentality, and I think where we're at, as we prepare for all these people, it's going to be, if they beat us, then they get right back in the hunt of things. And so they've lost 1 conference game by 1 point. They come in, they play great against us. They beat us. They're right back in the hunt for the conference. So we know we're going to get their best. We know that they're a little ticked off from how 2019 went, probably a little irritated by where they're at right now. So we got to be at our best.
You mentioned the quarterback, Patrick Shagog is a name fans will be somewhat familiar with. Rico Owens, the running backs. They've got a lot of guys who we've seen and they've been part of previous games against you guys. Going over there is always a tough one, though. That's a long road trip as well to Cleveland, Mississippi, and it's a tough environment.
No, it's a little bit of a journey. I'm sure they'll have a great crowd. They've had great crowds the last couple times we've been over there. It's not as long a trip as we've taken, but it's somewhere in the between. But still, it's an all-day travel for us. Again, playing the Gulf South Conference on the road, you got to be dialed in. You got to be ready to go. We'll need all our senior leadership to be where they have been in the past to put us in a position where we can go out and play the way we're capable of.
And it's going to be kind of a weird schedule the rest of the way. You 2 on the road, including this Delta State trip, and then you get 2 at home, and it's Gulf South Conference play. And you kind of touched on it. Every game of huge importance when you get into conference because fortunes can shift in a heartbeat.
No, they can, and I think one of the things we did in 2019 is we played great in conference. We had the 1 in-season loss to conference, but then we were able to fix that in the playoffs. But we've got to be great in conference, and that's really where I think all our hopes rest on what are we going to do over the course of the next 7 games to be the type of team that I think we're capable of being.
Well, it was nice to have a Saturday off, but we're looking forward to getting back to it. We'll have the game on the radio for you with our radio partner, ESPN Pensacola, and then Flow Sports will be the site where you can see the game streamed through the Gulf South Conference. So, Coach, good luck to you and the guys this weekend, and we'll have the update on the game next week here on the show. Remember, GoArgos.com is always your spot to get the latest on the football program and all the other fall sports, and the Argo Armada app right there in the palm of your hand. You can keep track of everything as well. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time on the Coach Shinnick Show.